sanga amuri ashina ila mena pa khanas
kono ko ta ang king ngai chali ta ko me bi hana na pa bi
ai kana na ko ya ko ta ina me he ta thau ti na ba amna kai
kai cha de kanga labi ma si ta na wa ko cha ti sa i cha go abi cha
At first light, the Hadzabe of Tanzania rise with purpose. Their morning ritual isn't about brewing coffee, it's about following the call of the greater honeyguide, a wild bird that leads them to hidden treasure, wild honey. The Hadzabe whistle and chirp, mimicking the bird's calls, forming a rare partnership between species. When the honeyguide responds, the chase begins. The men move fast and barefoot through thorny scrub, carrying handmade bows, firesticks, and small axes. Once the hive is spotted, often high in a tree, they ignite a bundle of dry leaves and dung to produce smoke. This smoke calms the bees, allowing one of the hunters to climb the tree with no protection. Using a small axe or stick, he cracks open the hive and pulls out golden honeycomb, larvae and all. The reward is immediate. The honey is eaten fresh, shared by all, sweet and warm from the hive. This method is not only efficient, it's ancient, passed from generation to generation through observation and ritual. For the Hadzabe, breakfast isn't just a meal. It's survival, cooperation with nature, and a living example of human-animal symbiosis.
Akana bema sakalana
Bottom. Like that. Isa. Sasa mimi nataka kutaka kwa hii chati ndo. So mimi wako bin wako. At first
light, the Hadzabe of Tanzania rise with purpose. Their morning ritual isn't about brewing coffee, it's about following the call of the greater honeyguide, a wild bird that leads them to hidden treasure, wild honey. The Hadzabe whistle and chirp, mimicking the bird's calls, forming a rare partnership between species. When the honeyguide responds, the chase begins. The men move fast and barefoot through thorny scrub, carrying handmade bows, firesticks, and small axes. Once the hive is spotted, often high in a tree, they ignite a bundle of dry leaves and dung to produce smoke. This smoke calms the bees, allowing one of the hunters to climb the tree with no protection. Using a small axe or stick, he cracks open the hive and pulls out golden honeycomb, larvae and all. The reward is immediate. The honey is eaten fresh, shared by all, sweet and warm from the hive. This method is not only efficient, it's ancient, passed from generation to generation through observation and ritual. For the Hadzabe, breakfast isn't just a meal. It's survival, cooperation with nature, and a living example of human-animal symbiosis.
Dina akwe bang kuma he. Ay nakatupa kato mimoso so ila upea. Oh. Kaka uko sawa eh?
Niko sawa. Napa?
Oh. Aku ada kuita kai.
Mana ba mi aku.
Jangan uko sawa?
The first humans, life 3.5 million years ago. A story carved in time. Long before recorded history, before empires rose and fell, before language, before fire, there was Africa. And in that cradle of life, over 3.5 million years ago, the earliest ancestors of modern humans took their first upright steps across the ancient earth. These first walkers weren't yet Homo sapiens. They didn't build tools like us, or speak in words. But they started something greater than themselves, the human journey. This is their story, and in a very real way, our story too. Meet Australopithecus afarensis, our ancient ancestors. Among the species that roamed East Africa around this time, Australopithecus afarensis stands out. Discovered from fossil remains in Ethiopia, Kenya, and Tanzania, these early hominins lived between 3.9 and 2.9 million years ago. They weren't apes, but they weren't yet human. Standing between 3 to 4 feet tall, weighing about 60 to 100 pounds, they had long arms for climbing trees, but also walked upright on 2 legs. Their brains were small, around 400 to 500 cubic centimeters, less than 1/3 the size of modern humans, but they were social, aware, and adaptable. The most famous afarensis fossil, nicknamed Lucy, was discovered in 1974 in Ethiopia's Hadar region. She was about 3.2 million years old and 40% complete, an extraordinary find. Lucy's skeleton gave us proof that bipedalism, walking on 2 feet, began long before big brains or complex tools. Lucy and others like her were part of a revolution of movement, walking upright on vast African plains, possibly foraging in groups, carrying food, and navigating a shifting world of predators and prey. A world of wild beauty and peril. 3.5 million years ago, the African landscape was a mix of wooded savannas, open grasslands, and river valleys. This was a time of ecological transformation. Forests were thinning due to climate change, and early hominins were forced to adapt. Large cats like Macaridus, a saber-toothed predator, massive ancient elephants, giant crocodiles, and towering flightless birds all roamed these regions. It was a dangerous, untamed world, where survival meant staying alert, and staying together. These ancestors didn't live in isolation. They likely gathered in small groups, forming early social bonds, grooming each other, watching over the young, and possibly even mourning their dead. Though they had no language as we know it, they may have used gestures, facial expressions, and vocal calls to communicate. This ability to live cooperatively and learn from one another laid the groundwork for everything that came later. The first tools, a new kind of intelligence. Although Lucy and her species weren't toolmakers in the traditional sense, we now have evidence that primitive stone tools were being used by hominins as early as 3.3 million years ago. Astonishingly close to her time. Discovered in Lomekwi, Kenya, these tools were not finely shaped, but
in the heart of the Tanzanian wilderness, Hadzbe bushwomen turn to nature's resources to survive, including the wild baboon fruit. This unique fruit, named for being a favorite among baboons, is packed with nutrients and becomes a vital food source during tough times when game is scarce. Watch as these resilient women gather, prepare, and eat this traditional survival food, a powerful display of strength, wisdom, and harmony with nature. Their deep knowledge of the land allows them to find nourishment even in the harshest conditions, a testament to the Hadzbe tribe's ability to live off the land, just as their ancestors have done for thou in the remote wilderness of Tanzania. The Hadzbe bushwomen show us what true resilience and ancestral wisdom look like. During times of scarcity, when hunting yields are low and the land grows harsh, these remarkable women turn to nature's lesser-known gifts, like the baboon fruit, to keep their families nourished and their spirits strong. Often overlooked by outsiders, baboon fruit, named because it's frequently eaten by baboons, is a wild, fibrous, and nutrient-rich plant that has sustained the Hadzbe people for generations. The bushwomen forage with practiced eyes and experienced hands, searching the dry landscapes for these precious fruits. This isn't just a snack, this is survival. With no supermarkets, no aid, and no modern convenience, these women depend entirely on their environment. They know which plants heal, which fruits feed, and how to find sustenance where most would see only dust and leaves. It's a deeply rooted knowledge passed from mother to daughter, generation to generation. Watch as they gather, prepare, and eat baboon fruit, sometimes sour, sometimes sweet, always life-saving. Their laughter, strength, and unity shine through, even in hard times. Their ability to adapt and survive reminds us of the beauty of simplicity, the power of women, and the brilliance of traditional knowledge. This isn't just about food, this is about connection. To the earth, to each other, to a way of life that honors nature, community, and the ancestral rhythms of survival.
Jamaica,